Hola, soy Carla Casillo. Soy una latina que es artística y está estudiando bioquímica.
Halo, nama saya Andika Diantoro. Saya seorang murid tingkat 1 dan saya sedang belajar mechanical engineering di Michigan State University. Hello everyone, my name is Andika Diantoro and I'm an Indonesian student, freshman, studying mechanical engineering.
Yes, my name is Arely Cárdenas. My major here in MSU is civil engineering with a focus in structures. I identify myself as Mexicana because I was born and raised in Mexico. And when I came here, like I was I don't know, immersed with other terms. So now I can see myself a Latina, but my go-to is Mexicana.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Micah, j'ai étudié l'informatique et le français à Michigan State University.
State University, I'm majoring in community advocacy and governance, and I'm minoring in Chicano Latino studies as well as peace and justice. It's a long one, I know. I'm originally from Florida, and I came here to study because I came with a camp program, and also I got a pretty good scholarship to come here, and I really wanted to kind of get out of my comfort zone and explore the world and know what it really is out there coming from a small community.
My name is Timothy Thomas. I am a second year psych major. I decided to come to MSU because my sister goes here, for one, and if I'm being honest, because I didn't get into U of M.
Hi, my name is Hafsa Bilal. I'm from West Bloomfield, Michigan. I am currently a freshman business preference major, and the reason I chose MSU is because of their supply chain management major. Overall, the high school I went to did have, it was predominantly white as well, although there was more diversity than there is on this campus, but it's something that I've always been used to. And so honestly, coming to Michigan State, being at a predominantly white institution hasn't really changed the way I view academics. To me, it doesn't really affect how hard I study or I guess my motivations behind studying.
It has, I want to say it has had its ups and downs just because originally from my town in Florida, very, very, very small Latino and Black and community, you don't really see white people. So coming here, it was a huge change. I got to see a huge diversity, but it did really set a huge kind of bar. I know I struggled in my freshman year because I felt like everybody was getting the material so quickly and I was still struggling on, why am I doing this? What's going on and stuff. So it has definitely had an effect on me in the beginning, but now you kind of learn to deal with it and you have your resources and you speak with a professor, so it's gotten better.
Well, I can't really speak so much about MSU, but I have gone to predominantly white schools my entire life, so I can speak more to that as far as how they've affected my upbringing. I guess there's always not necessarily been a pressure, more of a personal pressure, like me doing it to myself, just to kind of outshine kind of my peers so that I wouldn't be looked down upon simply because of the fact that I was Black and I am a minority going to these predominantly white schools. So one major thing that has kind of kind of molded my philosophy is just to not be a stereotype, and that's always been kind of in the back of my mind with whatever I do. Because growing up in white schools, there's always those kids who thought it's fun to not necessarily poke fun at the Black kids, but the racist jokes and stuff. So it's just one of my goals has always been to not be a stereotype, and in doing so, as far as academics are concerned, I've always tried to be at the top of my class or be on the top of my game, just so that that's not the case.
Hi, my name is Elisa Sanchez. My major is zoology, and I'm a first year. Being at a predominantly white institution, it has impacted me academically in a way, both negative and positive. The positive is that I'm able to communicate with other people and learn about them and help me understand certain stuff that I don't understand. Negatively, I guess I can say sometimes I belittle myself and sometimes think that they know more than I do, but I need to start changing that mindset and kind of understand that we can learn from each other.
You can tell right away For example, in my major, I'm like a double minority right now because I'm a woman in engineering and I'm a Latina in engineering, which is like you don't see that many Latinos around in this field. And you, like, for example, in my lab, in my engineering lab right now, I'm the only Mexican, or I'm the only one that looks, at least looks like me, or the can identify as the way I do. So it's been it's been kind of hard sometimes to explain myself and for people to understand who I am and people to understand my abilities and without them judging from where I come from or how my skin looks and stuff like that.
It's been good. In the beginning, again, it was kind of a struggle to kind of get out of my comfort zone because I did really have to push myself out there. But it's definitely has gotten better. I really, really praise like my scholarship committee from back home because they helped me kind of be more open and kind of get ready for situations like this where you're going to be the only person of color in that room and there's going to be like 20 other white people and you're going to have to kind of learn how to, mannerisms and speak up. And yeah, so it's gotten better.
Going to MSU had opened a lot of windows and doors for me. I'm getting to know a lot of people, a lot of network. And if I know that I need something, I have people that I can go to and ask for help. MSU has a lot of opportunities, and like for me, I find my community, and within my community, I have the help that I need. For internships, I did get one, and I'm gonna be really thankful because at the program I'm from, camp, they helped me be prepared and be ready for my interview. They helped me with questions and stuff like that for like a max interview and stuff like that. So I gotta tell you, like for me, I'm being really lucky to have the people that I need around me.
Well, kind of the same thing goes. Like in the job that I have now at the union, I just got promoted to a level 3, a student supervisor. So it's kind of like the same thing with my academics. Like I'm always just gonna want to be on top of my game, not give anybody a reason to kind of like look down upon me because I know surface level when you first meet somebody, then there are automatically going to be judgments regardless of whether or not you mean for them to be there. And I just want to make sure that, once people actually get to know me and understand who I am, that they realize, I'm not necessarily all that you might initially think me to be.
So actually, yes. At one point in the beginning of the semester, I was doing an interview for a summer internship program, and it was a group interview with me and another boy that was white. And it was very obvious from the get-go the differences that he had between me and this boy, which could have been for many reasons, but the interviewer was also a white male. And so from the get-go, he just talked to him and kind of put me to the side, and I really felt excluded by that, and that's something that kind of started my professional life, if you will, and so it wasn't really a good start.
My network has expanded, and it's just been a wonderful experience to know that I can grow with other races and not be left behind just because I'm not white.
Professional wise, I guess I can say connect, like networking, connecting with others, getting to know like a lot of people, and they can reference me to other people.
So actually, I started making more friends that were of color, which is, I think in a predominantly white institution, a lot of times you feel very, I guess, scared because everyone around you is white, and you have to really look for people that you can connect to that are of color. But I also have been interacting with a lot of, I guess you could say, white people, because it kind of forces you to really interact with them and like realize that they do have similar views as you, and a lot of times we see a lot of differences.
It was a big change and a big blessing. Coming to MSU was my dream. It was my dream school, and right now that I'm here, it's like it's all what I wanted. My personal life is being affected because I'm far away from my parents, and as a Mexicana, I'm really attached to my mom and my family and stuff like that. So getting away from them was kind of hard. but at the same time it wasn't, because I was used to live by myself because my parents used to migrate, and I would stay by myself to attend school. So I feel like Michigan State had those people that helped me go through this. They helped me feel myself. They helped me find myself. They helped me find a way to get there, to get where I want to go.
No, that's an interesting one. I mean, it certainly hasn't hindered me from like making friendships or anything. I do find that, and again, this doesn't speak so much to MSU, but I do find that having grown up around, you know, primarily Caucasian people and like going to like those kinds of schools, when coming to MSU where there is a larger African American population, I find it more difficult to kind of sew myself into those circles to kind of connect with people of, you know, my own race, simply because I haven't really grown up around them a lot. Like I attended school in Detroit for a little bit, and there were like only 2 white people in the school. And so it was obviously mostly black, but I wasn't there very long. So coming to MSU and being in a like larger African American population, I find it kind of difficult to really like get in touch.
It's easy to talk, but definitely I've not made a lot of friends in that, you know, like people friends. Yeah. But I do have predominantly like people of color that are my friends. Just because it's a huge adjustment. It's a huge adjustment to getting used to going from mostly Latino and Black community to a predominantly white community. It's just a constant struggle that even now I still struggle with.
Being at a predominantly white institution has affected me personally by kind of feeling like an outsider. Like I feel like I don't have a space, but there's here at this institution at MSU, there are places where I can find like a space where I can connect with other people.
You know, I've been struggling with that question since my freshman year, and there are a few days where I am proud, and there are a few days where I just really question myself, why am I still here? And recently there's been days where I've been really considering transferring, but as of now, I guess my pride won't let me.
I think academic-wise and social-wise, it hasn't been a contributing factor into a lot of it, so it's pretty neutral, but professionally definitely has been negative.
Definitely positive, because for me, I'm telling you, I'm really thankful with everything that I had. To be honest, I never faced that racial stage against me directly. I know it's out there, but directly I haven't found it, or I haven't like experienced it. MSU, MSU is an institution with great people too. So I know people from around the world. In my labs, in my activities, in other organizations, I have met friends that have a similar background without being from my I don't know, race and stuff like that. I met people, I have gained experience, and I have gained a lot of good things around here.
Thank you, Areli.
It has impacted me negatively, where there's cases where I feel like an outsider, but like positively wise, I guess I can say that I am proud to represent of who I am and where I come from, especially at this institution where we Latinos represent like a small percentage, and being here really like excites me to like show other people like my community that it is possible to come to like a large institution. And although we're not really surrounded with people of our color, I mean there are places where we can find where we feel that we are welcomed.
I know that, you know, there's a lot to be said about, you know, having the right to, you know, speak, and because I know originally he was denied being able to come to MSU to talk and stuff like that, and then
he sued.
Yeah, he sued, and then basically he got his opportunity. And I mean, it was over spring break, so there weren't a whole lot of people here anyway, but So, I mean, I understand that, you know, he has that right to come on campus and speak. I mean, if you're going to do that, I think that you should kind of expect what's going to happen. You should know that as a, you know, place that has a sizable African American population, not only that, but a campus that preaches diversity and inclusion and stuff like that, there's going to be a fair amount of opposition to whatever someone who is a white supremacist has to say on stage. So, I mean, I don't necessarily like fault MSU for allowing him to come on campus and to speak. As for like, you know, like what happened after that, as far as like them having police officers and stuff, I understand that a lot of people are upset about that, but there is a fair amount of cause for concern. I mean, this guy's kind of leaving a trail in his wake and not one that's very, you know, good. So I understand people are mad at MSU about that and stuff like that, but it's definitely something that you're going to want to take into consideration when you allow somebody who's going to stir up those kind of emotions to take a stage and have a public platform. So I won't necessarily say that I condone their actions, but I think they were justified. And so
MSU.
yeah, MSU. Yeah.
I cannot express the words that I don't have enough to express how aggravating, how frustrating the entire situation was. I do understand, I guess, why they would want to, but that for me at least doesn't legitimize anything of him coming, and definitely is like a slap to the face to the people of color in this community. At least for me, that's how I took it. And I, especially with the whole Nassar situation as well, I did not feel any more safe or any more welcomed for a good while, which is unfortunate.
Pretty upsetting. I'm really disappointed that they did allow him to come. But after speaking to a few other people of color and people in general and seeing their opinions on why they think that maybe it was needed for him to come, I guess that I'm not as bitter or as resentful as I was towards the university initially. Not well at all, because there weren't any, at least that students were informed about, there wasn't any direct consequences for this girl, and she was obviously very proud of what she was doing and happy about what she was doing, and it wasn't a unique case at the university. There are many people that do this, and to treat it like something that's just unique, or to brush it aside and say, oh, it's just one girl and it isn't, is a problem that they really need to address and fix.
Again, I don't think that they handled it well. Definitely left out a whole bunch. The school in itself just needs a lot of work. There still needs to be a lot of work to be done, and they did not handle it correctly. A simple email, really, people delete those emails. People don't even read those emails. So I think it was very underrepresented and underrated, and how they should have taken matters into that. Okay, yo soy una orgullosa, proud Mexican American, Chicana ex.
I am a Muslim Pakistani American.
Soy una mujer mexicana en ingeniería y soy latina.
Yo soy Rosa Olivares y soy una americana con sangre mexicana.
Mi nombre es Alicia Sánchez y yo soy una Mexican American.